All right, let's get to it.
All right, time to do some gluing. This is it. So this is part of Nate's project. We're going to glue this stool up one joint at a time. I've got several of these clamping blocks you guys are going to use. These things are a huge help to make sure that you get these things set up square and help you clamp everything in place. Okay, so have a few things ready. Have a couple of short pipe clamps. Have a couple of F-bar clamps. Have your glue ready. A stick to spread the glue in all the finger joints, and also have some tape. Okay, so here we go. So on the inside of the joint, so right here, we are going to take the tape and we're just going to put it on, just cut a tiny little strip, and we're going to line it up right at the baseline of the joint. Okay, you guys see that there? That way, what's going to happen, and this is on the inside of the joint, by the way, so that when the glue squeezes out, it's not going to stick to the wood right on the inside of our joint, which is where it's really difficult to sand. So we can just take the tape off, and then hopefully all the glue is gone from the inside of that joint. Makes cleanup a whole ton easier. All right, we'll do that on the other side of the joint as well. Okay, right there. Right, so you guys can visualize that now, right? When this joint goes together, we got our tape right in the corner, so that any glue that squeezes out can easily be taken off. All right. So now we're going to take our glue and let's do some spreading. We don't need huge amounts of glue, but I like to put a little bit of a little squeeze in. I know I'm making a little bit of a mess on my table here. By the way, you guys are going to do this at the glue up area. Okay, we're going to take our stick here. We're going to spread this glue around on both of the inside faces of the joint. Okay, that one's ready. I know, like I said, I know I'm making a little bit of a mess here, which is going to happen. You do want to work relatively quickly and get this thing in clamps before the glue starts to harden up, obviously. Okay, so here we go. So we'll put our joint together. Put it as, crank her down as much as you can by hand first. And then we're going to put our clamping block in here, like so. Okay, and we're going to put some clamps on this thing. Okay, so that is pretty much how this should look. We're just going to double check, make sure everything is looking tight. So we want to make sure that there's no gaps between the clamping block and our actual wood. So these clamping blocks have been made perfectly square. So if you clamp your pieces perfectly flat to this clamping block, your piece is going to come out right on the money. Okay, look at our joint. And it looks like the fingers are fully bottomed out in the joinery, so that looks really good. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a clamp and I'm going to just pinch the joint to take up any gaps in that joint itself. Okay, we got one more clamp here. And I just want to, this is kind of an awkward long one, but I just want to clamp the joint itself just to be able to kind of squeeze the joint into shape, kind of close up some gaps. Okay, if you've got a loose joint where there's where you've made your voids or your gaps real big, and we need to put some wooden wedges in there, we're not going to really do this part too much because we don't want to squeeze the thing if there's lots of voids in it, right? But this is pretty good. Nate's is pretty good here. It's pretty full. So there we go. Okay, clamp that up, and now we can leave this thing for about an hour. So make sure that your name is on it, obviously, because it's now not a part of your project. We'll leave it in the back, and you can come get it after an hour. That's it.